Alright, welcome to Bloody Flicks. I'm your host Pete.
And I'm Kyle, and we talk about all things bloody.
This is video 2 of SCREAMUARY. Alright, this is our top 10 all Scream kills from 1 through 4. Does not include 5, where of course I put my top 10 list against
My top 10 list.
to see who has the best list. And of course, we want your opinions and in the comments tell us who your favorite kills are. So this is our favorite kills, starting from 10, working to our favorite 1. So.
Alright, well, before I get started, I just want to mention a couple people that I have as my saddest deaths. A couple people that I was real sad that they died. So the first one is Randy from Scream 1 and 2, the horror movie buff. And the second one is Kirby from Scream 4, but as I found out earlier today, she actually lived and it was confirmed in Scream 5. So that might be a spoiler to some people that was hoping if Kirby'd be alive or not. So she is.
Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot of kills to pick from. So this is a tough list. There's not a lot of cool kills in the Scream franchise. They're pretty much all the same. It was hard for me to get ones that were... I tried to go for just Ghostface kills, and they were kind of just basic block kills that... It was really a tough list. I'm sure it was a tough list for you too.
Yeah.
So, alright, we're going to start with number 10 on our list. Want to go first?
Alright, so number 10 on my list is Robbie Mercer from Scream 4. And his death is he gets stabbed by Macaulay Culkin's brother Rory, which we find out is one of the killers. He stabs him once, and of course Robbie falls on the ground and uses that cliche, "I'm gay," because you know in horror movies the gay person doesn't die. Well,
that was wrong.
Yeah, that was wrong. They do now. So he uses that to try to, live, and it unfortunately doesn't work. So the reason why it's on my list is just because of the fact that he just screams out, "I'm gay," and it was kind of funny more than,
A good kill.
a good kill.
Alright, number 10 on my list is Jill Roberts from Scream 4. Unfortunately, there's a gun involved, not a knife, and some paddles, so yeah, there wasn't really so much the stabbing in this, but it was just a different kill that I liked it. And that's what I was going for. So number 10 on my list is Jill Roberts from Scream 4.
And actually, she's number 9 on my list. Yeah, she gets electrocuted with the paddles at the hospital by Sydney. And then, she kind of hits the ground. You assume she's dead. And then, she pops up, and once again, it's the headshot. Reason why it's on my list is it is a little something different, even though it does end in a typical headshot. So, yeah, that's why it's on my list.
Alright, where are we at?
Number 9.
Number 9 on my list is Tatum Riley from Scream 1. This is probably higher on some people's list. She goes to the garage, Ghostface tries to chase her. She, somehow there's a doggy door or a cat door in the middle of the garage, which I guess people do that. I don't know, I've never really seen it. Not in the middle of the garage door itself. And she tries to climb through it, where Ghostface hits a button, raises her up, and kills her. It would never really happen because the garage door I don't think would be that strong to actually stop and break a body, let alone her fitting even as far as she did in that little door. But the fact that it was different, especially at the time, it's on the list because it was unique and different at the time. So therefore it is number 9 on my list.
Alright, number 8 on my list is Tyson Fox from Scream 3. And this is, once again, another typical stab him in the back. And he runs away from the killer, and as he's running there, he's running on top of a big, area rug, and Ghostface, grabs a hold of it and yanks, and he goes and flies up in the air and kind of does like a somersault, lands on his neck and breaks his neck. The reason why this is on my list is not for anything original. It's just the fact that it's more funny than anything, him flying up in the air and breaking his neck.
And props to the stunt guy.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't on the list, but the stunt guy who did that, or if the actual actor did that, to fly, that's going to break your collarbone. That had to hurt.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't a great kill, but it was just something different and better than the others.
So that's my number 8.
All right, number 8 on my list is Robbie Mercer, Mr. Hey, I'm gay, don't kill me. And for the same reason, it wasn't a great kill. The fact that he tried to use the line "I'm gay" to try to save his hide, put on the list, and that's pretty much the only reason that I liked it, because he tried to save himself in the only way he knew could, last minute desperation. So therefore, Robbie Mercer is number 8 on my list.
All right, number 7 on my list is Sarah Darling, played by Jenny McCarthy from Scream 3. And her death is she's getting chased by Ghostface, and she runs into the prop shop on the movie set, and she keeps grabbing fake prop weapons to defend herself. And finally, Ghostface catches up to her, throws her through the glass window of the door, and then, of course, stabs her in the back. That's how she dies. Reason why this made my list is because I like practical effects and props and that, and the fact that she's trying to use fake weapons to protect herself with, it's more funny than anything. So that's why it's on my list at number 7.
Well, yeah, you're going to grab anything you can when a killer's coming after you, and the fact that she happened to be in a prop shop, that was actually pretty, it was pretty entertaining, more than stupid. At least it was entertaining scene.
Yeah.
So, all right, number 7 on my list is Maureen Evans from Scream 2. And this was I like this. I think I like the scenes because she was in a theater. They go see Stab 1, the first Stab movie. For some reason, they want to have everybody have a Ghostface costume. When there was a mass killer, they used the same outfit, which was kind of dumb. But the whole theater looked like Gremlins, where all the Gremlins go to theater and the Gremlins are all bouncing around, throwing popcorn, swinging from the rafters. That's pretty much what it looked like. It reminded me of. And Ghostface comes out, sits next to her. She thinks it's her boyfriend, and he stabs her in front of everybody, which really could happen because everybody's not paying attention. Everybody's wearing the same costume, and as she gets stabbed to death, she ends up dying on stage in front of everybody when they realize, oh my gosh, it's real. But since it was a unique kill for the first time, it's probably the most unique kill so far in those 2 movies. They made my list, so there you go.
Well, that's actually number 6 on my list. The reason why it's on my list is because this actually could happen, and the fact that this is going on and people are like all cheering it on and rooting for it was actually kind of cool.
Like they thought it was acting.
Yeah, they thought it was acting. In fact, they even make fun of that in Scary Movie.
Yeah.
So that's why it's number 6 on my list.
No, we do not copy each other, okay? He does his own 10 list and I do my own 10 list. This is how great minds think alike.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do our separate lists, so sometimes we do have them ranked at the same spot. So, all right, number 6?
Yep.
6 on my list is Officer Perkins, Scream 4. This is, the only reason I picked this scene is because it was something different, even though the kill kind of was stupid. So Officer Perkins is in his police car. He's pretending to be dead. His friend walks over. His cop or officer walks over. Pretends he's dead, scares him. As they're talking, Ghostface kills the one officer, 1 stab in the back. That guy immediately dies. And then he stabs Officer Perkins in the head with a knife, and it goes all the way to the
Hilt.
so it's all the way in there. So it's a knife like that big, that thick. I mean, it's all the way through his head. Now, that's a cool kill. Something unique. But then he gets out of the car and blindly tries to, like, swing in battle, and that's where it kind of went downhill. Just let the kill be the kill. It was a cool kill until he got out. And could you possibly survive something in your head? A nail or something? A knife? Probably not. But for the fact that they at least attempted the first part of the actual different cool kill, it's on my list at number 6.
All right, so number 5 on my list is Officer Richards from Scream 2. And how he gets killed is he's on the hood of his car and Ghostface is driving it with Sydney and her friend in the back seat. And they kind of crash into like some road construction equipment or something, and he's impaled through the head. And the reason why this makes my list is because it's not a simple stab. It's actually something different, and it is kind of a little bit gory. And so that's why it makes my list.
All right, well, we'll see if this is on my list. All right, number 5 on my list is Scream 3, Cotton Dies. So I didn't really care for Cotton at first. His character grew on me. But in the Scream 3, that he actually gets a call, thinks it's a different girl, it is Ghostface. And Ghostface is with his girlfriend at home. And have you seen Psycho?
Yeah.
Okay, well, obviously Ghostface did too, because, of course, he didn't kill her in the shower.
No.
I don't remember the Psycho movie where he just like creepily observed and did whatever he was doing while he was watching. But anyway, back to the point. That was the line of the movie, by the way. Yeah, kind of goes home to save his girlfriend. He ends up killing both. I think the fight was cool. The fight of Cobb puts up a little fight. The way he died, it was something different. It was an actual character that could have been Ghostface that they killed. So that was a possible potential big player. So therefore, Cobb makes my list at number 5.
And that stupid voice modulator thing made him sound like anybody. That was kind of dumb.
Yeah, we'll get to that later time.
So, all right. So number 4 on my list is Officer Perkins from Scream 4. And this was earlier on your list, getting stabbed in the forehead and gets out of the police car and swinging in the air like nothing's there. Yeah. Reason why this makes my list is just the fact that it's, even though it's a simple stab, it's a stab in the head. So they did switch it up a little bit. And then he gets out and it's kind of hilarious. They just swinging at the air and he's like talking like he's,
Where you at?
yeah, where are you at? And that. So, yeah.
I'd be more concerned with the knife in my head. But
Yeah. So that
where's it at? Where's it at?
Yeah. So that is number 4 on my list.
Number 4 on my list is Stu Macher. Is it Macher?
Yep, Macher.
Stu Macher from Scream 1. I like his kill a lot, which is Matthew Lillard. I thought that him and Sydney's character, Nev Campbell, they carried the movie for me in that first one. He was over the top. He was entertaining, fun to watch. Not only does he get betrayed by his best friend, or possibly more, and gets stabbed, like they're going to get stabbed each other to, get found out later, oh, it wasn't us, but we survived. And as he gets turned on, gets stabbed in the kidney, he's actually dying because Bill Loomis is actually going to kill him too.
I'm feeling a little woozy here.
I am at the phone.
Yeah, you did.
Hello. And then so his scene right there, he's already dying. Then he has the comeback thing where he comes back after Sid. Sid does her Patman first time you get to see it. Lay on the ground, kick and flip maneuver that she uses in every movie. Probably the best woman to do that, I think. She kicks and flips him and then drops the TV on his head. It was a unique kill. It was something different. Pretty cool at the time. Kind of like a Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger kill type thing. Or one of the big boy type kills. It was pretty cool. It's sad to see. I wish he would have survived, actually. But anyway, therefore, he's number 4 on my list.
All right, number 3 on my list is Tatum Riley from the first Scream, and she was on your list earlier. This is the garage door kill where she goes out in the garage to get some beer and runs into Ghostface, and she kind of somewhat kicks his ass, and then she decides to go out the doggy door and gets killed by the garage door.
And all these movies, they all must be rich because they have beer downstairs or out in the garage.
Yep.
There's no keg in sight.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
So I just thought about that.
Yeah.
There's not a keg in sight. So they have to go outside to get the fancy ale.
So the reason why this is on my list is just it's something different. It's not your typical stab, and I don't, like I said, I don't know if you could really get your head crushed by a garage door, but that's the reason why it's on my list.
All right, number 3 on my list is Officer Richards, which is on your list. This is the obviously scene from Scream 2. Officer Richards hanging in front of the car. Ghostface has Sydney and her friend in the back. He's taken off, and I don't know why the cop didn't shoot through the window. I can't remember if he lost his gun. I think he still had his gun. But the cop did not shoot through the window, which, as we've seen in any action movie, shoot through the window. But anyway, for some reason, Officer Richards doesn't. He gets impaled. Ghostface runs into a bunch of construction equipment, and he gets a big rod through his head. So it was a cool kill, pretty gross, pretty graphic, and it wasn't a stupid stab. So therefore, it makes my list at number 3.
So number 2 on my list is Stu Macher from the first Scream. as he was once again on your list earlier, he gets stabbed by Billy a few times, hit in the head with the phone.
It hurts, man.
Yeah, feeling a little woozy. And, he gets in a fight with Sidney, and Sidney drops the TV on his head and electrocutes him. Now, he might have survived, he might not have, but we're going to say he died. Reason why it's on my list is, once again, this is something different, not a simple stab, and the fact that a TV kills him. Dropped on his head, and this is those TVs from the 90s that probably weigh 400 pounds. It's not like today's flat screens that would just bounce off you.
Yeah, for all you kids out there that don't know, that
Yeah.
have broken flat screens. A 25-inch TV probably weighed a good 150 pounds.
Yeah. So,
But they lost their shot in that moment. Right there, Sidney could have been like, "It's your turn to be on TV," or "Hey," do like a cool punchline as she drops the TV.
or don't sit too close to the TV or
Or
something.
ruin your eyes or something,
Yeah.
and then drop the TV.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
so they could have threw that in there.
So yeah, that's my number 2 kill.
All right, number 2 on my list is from Scream 4. It's Olivia's. The 2 main characters were in their house. Olivia did not want to go in the house to try to figure out who the killer might be. Olivia goes across the street. Her house is directly across the street from the other house. Both windows can see each other. Now, as the other 2 characters are in the one house, they get a call from who? Ghostface, and he's in a closet. So the tough, short-haired blonde, I can't remember her name, she goes to open the door, and Ghostface replies, "I didn't say it was your closet." Well, he's across the street in Olivia's closet and attacks her. And the cool thing I like about this is that he slices and dices her, and you can see her getting sliced and diced from across the street. By the time the 2 realize and look out the window and see the friend being killed, as he's being killed, he throws her out the window, stabs her some more. I mean, she got stabbed quite a bit, but rolls her over, so you see her bloody body just laying in the window So that was a pretty cool, unique kill for me. So one of the better kills.
And then I think the 2 cops were the ones that was outside when it happened too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just one of the better kills. Something different.
Yep. So them officers didn't obviously do their job.
No.
And they died for it.
Yeah. Pay the price.
So, number 1 on my list is the kill that started it all, Casey Becker, played by Drew Barrymore. And as you know, she gets a call from Ghostface, and he asks her who was the killer in
What's your
Friday.
favorite scary movie?
Asks her who was the killer in Friday the 13th. And
Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, and she says, "I've seen that movie 100 times." And then, of course, she says Jason, and he goes, "Wrong answer. It's Jason's mother."
No, I've seen the movie. It's
Yeah,
Jason.
you've seen the movie. So now he chases her outside, stabs her in the chest, and then stabs her a bunch more times and hangs her from a tree with her guts hanging out, and her parents come home and find her. Reason why this makes my list is because this actually is a pretty gory scene with her guts hanging out, and they don't really show too much like that in any of the Scream movies, so that's why it makes my list.
What a way to start off a movie.
Yeah, what a way
too.
to start off a movie.
Alright, well, number 1 on my list is Casey Becker from Scream 1, same as yours. You cannot start a movie better than that. That was just when Scream came out, it was unique, it was different. The Ghostface character as a look is cool. The idea was cool the first time, in the first movie. Most people only thought there's one killer. You should have known by the hanging, when they hung her in the tree, it would take more than one person to do that. One person physically is not going to be able to do that, unless they're got super strength or something. But it was such a unique kill, and the fact that her phone is in her hand and her parents can hear her dying, just added to the element. Just the way it kicked off the movie was the reason why she's number 1 on my list, and obviously number 1 on your list too. So, all right. Well, anyway, that's our top 10. So please like, subscribe. Tell us in the comments who is your top 10 kills from the Scream movies. And until next time,
Stay bloody.